Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships Toxic Tuesdays. Well, you already know how toxic we could get. So
they out here counseling our lives and shit. We talk about body count out here. But today, man, I got a special one, right? With your boy Charleston White.
Yeah,
he was out there on the stand, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy, man, what the internet could do, man. Excuse me. Put up old footage of young Charleston White, man, when he was 16 years old, testified against a guy named Doolittle. Now, I don't know much of the context at all, what's it about, but it definitely caught my interest, and I definitely want to check it out and see what's going on, behind the scenes with that.
But because I don't watch too much of his shit, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, from what I've seen, he kind of advocates for snitching and shit, though. Does he?
Yeah, because Charleston White, he's a troll, but he definitely advocates snitching and other weird stuff as well too. So it's hard for me to really take a guy like him seriously. But I could take.
Oh, there you go. See, watch put it up there. Yeah. So
he said he been told y'all he would. That boy was singing like a canary. Okay, well that's duly known. But here's the thing, right? Now I know in the black community we usually shame people for being a snitch, but is he really being is it really a true disservice by what he's doing, or do you think that's an act of being a good Samaritan, a good citizen?
There's two answers to that. So if say man, you yourself, you don't do crime and stuff, which I advise people, man, stay away from, man, be an outstanding citizen, man, do illegal. There ain't no good pass when you fucking with crime. It don't end well. So if you say if somebody comes in your neighborhood, they're doing something, you're not you're not in a crime, involved in any type of crime or criminal activities, and you see something and you tell, you're not a snitch, because you're just, like you said, you're being a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Now, if you join a gang and you out there, you doing crimes with people, and then you go tell because you're trying to make it easier on yourself, because as soon as you get caught, you go in there, you're talking, you're pussy at that point. That's where you're a snitch, because you're not doing it for the good of anybody else. You wasn't doing it for society. You wasn't trying to help out the community or nothing. You was like, nigga, I got caught, so that nigga's over there. That's where, because it's if you know you can't handle the time, just don't go over there. Which a lot of people make that decision. They're like, man, look, I ain't built for jail. Shit, I ain't trying to go do no crimes, and they stay the fuck away from it. But it's just the ones where I can see where people get upset, because it's hey man, if you told us you was a little bitch, I would have never did no crime with you. So right. That's where the lines get blurred and shit.
I get it. Where you have a Charleston White, you have a 6'9".
Yeah, them niggas need to start a podcast with each other.
Let's see. So shout out to Marcus. Marcus says that all this proves that Charleston White is a man of his word, and I can't say he's inconsistent.
Well, shit, he ain't inconsistent now. But I mean, when he was like young and he was doing them dirt with them dudes, that's where the inconsistency started. So now, like, I agree. Like, older Charleston White, he's like, hey, man, stay out of there. He be going at people. But when he was younger and he was like, he was out there with them dudes and doing that crime, he ain't tell them, like, hey, look, this is where you know what it is. Because it's like, if, say, like, he went to that group and he was like, look, man, we get caught. I'm telling on you niggas. You think they would have did that dirt with him?
Oh man, no.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's where it gets tricky. But now, later years, older Charleston White, man, I agree with it. Shit, nobody should be standing for somebody messing up their community. Nah, but it's like when you do the dirt with other motherfuckers and you tell that's the issue.
Yeah, 100 Watt says that it's not really snitching. He be saying stay out of them street shit.
Not that 16-year-old Charleston, and he was out there on that Ave. He was on that blade with them, trying to get that fast cash.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and check out what
let's jump in the video.
Jackson have to say, because we had the original video, but O'Shea Dude Jackson and his team is very good at narrating. And again, I'm always gonna give the brother a shout out. He does.
Shout out to O'Shea, man.
Yeah. So again, we're gonna react to his video out of respect for fair use, and you know, as always, we encourage you guys to subscribe to this channel. Barton says LOL. Well, actually LMAO, right? With these two emojis. He says he made a deal to stay out. In my opinion, I could be wrong.
No, I think that's what happened. Like I said, I didn't see all. I just seen everybody talk about it. But yeah, I mean, if he they saying he snitched, yeah, that cat cut that deal to stay about. My man, they gave him that pork sandwich and the Pepsi. They were like, hey, look. They slid him that over, like, write this shit down. And nigga was like, look, Doolittle made me do it. It said the devil made me do it.
Salutes to Wale. Wale, thank you for tuning in. Everybody, please make sure you guys share the videos and get the likes up as well too. We're going to react to this video off of fair use purposes. And let's go.
But real quick, how old was he when they got caught?
He was 16. Well, he testified at 16 years old. So,
yeah, they must have been throwing them years at them football numbers. Because yeah, once you see them years and shit, that's what be changing people's mind. Because I mean, at the end of the day, he was young, so that's why I was like, shit, you be having mobsters and shit, career criminals snitching on each other. So it's like I you know, kind of thinking at it a little bit like as him being young. It's just like. They put that 20 piece on that paper. He's like, oh shit. You know.
He's like, I gotta get out.
Yeah, he was like, look, Doolittle, y'all niggas, y'all.
Yeah. Mark says they said it ramen jail spread with guys locked up or be outside and free eat what you want. Oh man, they're gonna be going down. Yeah, he didn't want to be you know, the dinner plate, you know, buffet style. Ramen jail spread. All right, let's go ahead, man. We're gonna play the video.
It's your boy O'Shea Dude Jackson back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. A few days ago, there was some information that came out about Charleston White, and it's an old video clip about Charleston White basically snitching on his friend when they were teenagers. Okay. Now, the backstory for this is they were teenagers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They went to go and they stole some clothing items, and one of Charleston White's buddies basically went out there and they shot a guy trying to stop them from stealing.
And it's where you mess up at, y'all. Look, I don't condone. Matter of fact, hold on. I gotta put the banner up there now, right? Because you know, you guys take my shit out of context. But look, always make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe, share the video. But please be advised that the things we discuss is not political, clinical, financial, medical, nor legal advice. all this is what we're talking about is for information, because we're providing the information and we're also providing entertainment. So we're doing two things, information and entertainment purposes only. So whatever that comes out of my mouth, blame sophisticated jerk and don't come out.
I want all the smoke, goddammit. Shout out to Charleston. Look at him, man. My man had the baby fro was intact. He got the shape up before he went on the stand. He was like, "Fuck that! If I'm going out, I'm going out clean." He went to Men's Warehouse, got the slim fit shirt on. So yeah, he was like, "Look, I ain't about to be up here snitching, and I'm not about to be looking like a bum snitching." So yeah, he came up there clean.
That boy tried to come out looking like a pretty boy Charleston White. You know?
Look at him on his best behavior. Yeah. He up there just looking appropriate. He was like, "Look, I'm ready." Because I would have been like, "Look, blur my face or something. God damn it, can I wear a mask?" Charleston was like, "Fuck it, I'm going up there."
Yeah, soon as do it. That's how you know he was a smart man. He was destined to be smart.
Nah, hey, they said he'd be talking about like rat snitching and stuff. So yeah, he at a young age, he was about that life. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm going up on that stand." It was them niggas right there, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go continue. Oh, but also too, please be advised that if any of y'all people in the chat, is talking reckless, it's not the viewpoints of knowledge and relationships. Yeah, I got all that stuff out the way, so we're good now. Shouts to YouTube.
Scary Negro. No, I'm joking.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled off the hammer back on the gun.
And then what happened?
He fired.
Doolittle is accused of gunning down 34-year-old Michael Levy of Irving. Levy attempted to stop Doolittle, White, and two other teenagers accused of shoplifting 3 sports jackets and a baseball cap from an Arlington mall in September of 1991. Witnesses say Levy pounded on their windshield until the teens threw the jackets out the car window. Then Doolittle supposedly shot him in the back as Levy walked away. White repeated the conversation he says he had with Doolittle after the shooting.
Here's another thing too. If you're working at security or whatever, and somebody's stealing clothes like for a store that you don't really own, it's not really worth like your life at this point. You know what I mean? So let's say you're a security guard for like Mervyn's or Ross or Macy's. Once you're gone, like these companies are gonna replace you like with someone else. They may have like a little like prayer thing, and then they be like, okay, like dismiss. So unfortunately, like if people do that type of stuff, man, like you're not obligated to risk your life for like a low waging type of company. That's my
fuck
opinion.
that.
Yeah.
As soon as you get a little bit of distance, or you argue back, I'll be like, "Hey, sir, please stop." They be like, "Man, fuck you." I'll be like, "Hey, you got it." like you said, I ain't about to risk my life for the like you said, high end security, dog. Like they have to, some people be acting like they the Secret Service or FBI or some shit. Yeah, I'm letting you go, dog. And I'm in good shape. I ain't about to chase nobody down.
Right.
But so that was a good point that you brought up. But I'm starting to kind of change that dude Doolittle, man. He was a little reckless because it sounded like the dude was walking away. He was just pounding on the glass a little bit, trying to shake him up, but they threw the jackets out the car, but it seemed like he was walking away, and then he shot him in the back. Yeah, I would have told him this. Shout out to Charleston. This dude was a maniac, young, reckless dude. So yeah, that is kind of messed up. You shoot somebody in the back, so
yeah, man. You could just let him walk away, but you had to carry on that ego, so now you gotta do the time.
Yeah, all over. Just think about it, man. Three jackets. It's like, man, so I don't know how many years dude got, but it's just like, man, all this escalated over some jackets. So yeah, it was a stupid crime. So I'm starting to I see why Charleston probably, it was like, look, man, I just came to steal, man. You up here on some what's that movie with Tupac and shit? Juice, yeah. Where he says like, hey man, we was just supposed to go in here and rob the place and scare a motherfucker. You in here like bucking.
Right.
So, yeah. Like I ain't signed up for this shit. So okay, it's kind of making sense now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, and again, right, this is like if I was like a bad guy, y'all. But if I was doing these type of crimes, which I've never done before, if somebody was like, we had one agenda, we had one plan. I'm like, nigga, you have one job to do. Just take the clothes and go out. Now you want to be Billy Badass, you want to start shooting people. Or you kill the person or whatever. Oh.
You giving out a lot of details, man. Like you was laying out the schematics, like you done playing some. No, I'm joking. Like he was like, look, man, you only got one. You was calling. You was like Bill Belichick in the huddle.
Hey, you know, I'm not going to incriminate myself, but I never did no crimes. All right, I've always been a good kid. You know,
me too. Yeah. Good Samaritan.
But man, I'm just saying, if I were in his shoes, like, look, man, I would already have my list, man, to like, you know, snitch on, man. This is the reason why, and you should leave me out of this, man. I'm a good person. I am one with the Lord. You know.
You said you would have walked in there with Doolittle's like height, eye color, Social Security, mother's maiden name and shit. Yeah. Like, God damn, who ain't you gonna tell her?
Right. Hey, let's go ahead and continue.
Say, look, you shot
And what did he do?
him. Started laughing.
Levy had been married only 4 days when he was shot.
But I always had my dreams of my Prince Charming. I found him. And it's hard to believe that I did. And I believe in fairy tales because he made my dreams come true.
Yeah, that's sad.
And they took that away.
White will be testifying against all 3 of his buddies in exchange for a maximum sentence of 12 years. A juvenile judge reduced the charge from capital murder to murder against Doolittle, so the teenager faces from 5 years to life in prison if he's found guilty.
I had it in the gun.
But Charleston White responded to that by saying this.
We saw the Snitch video, so everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just as you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing. Yeah, it don't change nothing. We seen the Snitch video, so everybody's seen it before you seen it. It used to be on the news. I keep telling y'all, I made the news before. All what y'all doing, people I already seen. So what you seen it? You think they gonna stop booking me? You think they gonna stop interviewing me? You think people gonna stop? No, nigga, you still gonna be poor, and I'm still gonna be rich and famous. It don't change nothing. We seen the Snitch video. So, yeah, nigga, I got a comedy show tomorrow night.
You think that dude's like nervous as hell?
I don't think he's nervous.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, man, this was so long ago at 16. I mean, he got worried about when Doolittle get out. That's a whole other situation. Hey, Doolittle been in jail, like just doing arm curls and shit. Like, I will whoop that nigga ass when I see him. Like, my man arms probably like 23-inch arms. Yeah, Doolittle get out. It's gonna be a wrap. But yeah, I don't think he's nervous. I think he's there's like you said in the community, just how like the Snitch label goes and people just stick so hard to it. I think there's a little bit of like shame to it. Cause I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, you was out doing crime with them dudes, and nobody wants to be in a position where they telling on their friends. But in his case, like a young cat, I do understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I just say stay away from crime, man. Especially if you can't hack a couple things, or some people like ain't mentally all the way there. Like, man, you better just rock the tight and narrow, man, and leave that shit alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a little bit of shame and maybe some embarrassment just because he knows how it's gonna play out, but he's taking ownership of it. And one thing I do give him credit for, he always put it out there. He wasn't trying to hide behind the shit like, oh, I never done that. He's like, nah, nigga, I'll tell on y'all. Like, all y'all get it. I'll lay down the whole crew. Right. So he's consistent with that. So I do agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of the day, you can't really even argue with that. Like, he's like, he did it. Who cares? It's the past or whatever. And he's happy with his life. And he's living a dream.
Yeah, he like he said, he did cash out.
Yeah.
Do you think he should have put some You know, because I think he rich, right? He pretty rich. You think he should have put some money on Doolittle's books?
Hell no. Hell no. Look.
Because hey, if Doolittle ain't get out by now, he institutionalized, so he don't give a fuck about going back in. Doolittle, he come out, it could be a frenzy out here.
Right, you know what I mean? You can put money in those books though, but when they really want to, you know, go after you, they're gonna do that. Whether if you try to repay them with kindness or not, it ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna enjoy my life, I'm gonna save my money, hire some top flight security or whatever. So if he retaliates, hey man, you could go handle him.
But how was Charleston? Charleston was bigger at 16. Don't he look like he was?
Hey man, I guess all the weed or whatever he was taking, man, shrunk him up a little bit.
But I wonder if he live in the same area like he used to live when he was a kid. If he did, that's gangster.
Oh man. Hey, I mean that would be gangster, but I don't know, man. I mean,
because I know he's originally from I think Omaha. Is that some shit like that? So like if I did some shit like that in Omaha, I'm moving to like England or some shit.
Yeah, I mean if I look, man, if I have his money, I'm gonna be bougie though. You know what I mean? I like the Bay Area though. Don't get me wrong though, but I might just move to like maybe a different town or so, or maybe kind of like move a little bit up in the hills. But
you do some shit like that in the Bay. That Bay got super thugs out there, y'all. You better move to goddamn what's that? Austria or some shit.
Maybe.
Oh, he's from Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, I thought he was from Omaha or something.
I think he travels in Fort Worth a lot though. So I mean, he might still be around there. So who knows? But hey, this is a man that lives with no fears, man. So look like
he fuck this shit. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's like fuck it.
Yeah, and he be packing too though, so he ain't tripping. Let's see what else he got to say.
We're gonna laugh about it on stage. Yeah, that's part of the comedy show. He must be new over here. He must be new over here. Yeah, we seen the Snitch video. So, my response to everything. So, ain't nobody gonna do nothing.
Yeah, he a little nervous.
Yeah, man. So what? Why you think
that's entirely too much laughing?
I don't give a damn. I ain't friends with nobody.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled the hammer back on the gun.
And then what happened?
He fired it.
Now, I really want to deal with that if I can. And the reason why is people are saying that Charleston White is a sucker. Charleston White is a snitch. You know why I don't have a problem with what Charleston White is doing? Because at least he's honest. We know this is something that's not new. The problem is when I encounter people who say they do one thing and do the other, that's who I got a problem with. I mean, so Charleston White's a snitch. We already know that Charleston White's a snitch. How much more proof do we know that Charleston White is a snitch and he always he encourages snitching? Not it's only is it just he's a snitch, he encourages other people to snitch. You can find that kind of stuff all on the internet. What about Dr. Umar? Somebody who lives one life and then turns around and does something different. You know, the people
that's a good point.
Are in the black community, and I hate to say this, y'all might find some issue with it, but the Glorrillas of the world, these people, the Sexy Reds of the world, the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Pimps, the Crips, the Bloods, yeah, we can take umbrage with people like them. But one thing about them that we know is that they honest. Okay, they are being themselves. They are being themselves. But what about people who are lying. Like we see folks all the time. Oh, I'm holier than thou. Look at the black pastors. The black pastors, Jamal Harrison Bryant. He living a life one way and turning around doing something completely different. Dr. Umar, Al Sharpton. These people are enemies of black people. As much as other pookies are enemies too, but these are the real people. I don't care about somebody who goes around talking about they snitching. That would be one thing if he was to say that he don't snitch. Like, I'm not a snitch. F snitching. Then we turn around and find out that he's snitching. Okay, then we got a problem there. If that's what he's saying. But if he's saying I snitched at the dude in jail, that's what he get, and that's what a lot of folks need to understand. If you do something that you ain't supposed to do, and you're around people you think is your homies, they gonna tell on you. And like Charleston White said, I'm gonna go get paid. I'm gonna go get my money. I'm still rich. Y'all the ones still broke. I'm still living my life, and that's exactly what they gonna do. Good on them. We need to be having our attention on people who say they're gonna do stuff for us and don't do it. A lot of folks, oh, I'm investors. I'm gonna help the black community do this. I'm gonna help the black community do that. No evidence. You don't see them. Ain't never seen them. They ain't doing nothing. Sitting there lying. You got some of these women influencers. Mary Jane Byarm. B-Y-A-R-M. This chick. Okay? Mary Jane Byarm is a scammer. Scamming the women like crazy. I'm gonna help all you women do X, Y, and Z. I love you guys. I want to do this and that.
Let's see, Watch this. I think he told this story on Flat as well.
Yeah, I might have to check it out. Now, I know I heard him say it before. So, I mean, yeah, he is pretty consistent with it. And I mean, O'Shea got a good point where he's like, man, a lot of people don't. Yeah, I think people hold on to this. Like I said, I mean, if you're going out and do a crime, that's where I have the issue. It's like, man, you're not being a good Samaritan by what you're doing. You're just saving yourself, which at the end of the day, I don't care because, you know, what they say, there's no honor amongst thieves. So it's just like, man, if there's mobsters that, like, what's his name? Sammy Gravano, like, got 20-something Tommies on his belt. If those type of caliber dudes are talking, man, everybody's talking. So that's why I say, man, just leave this shit alone. It ain't worth it. It's stupid. So yeah, with him, at 16 and, you know, the dude, y'all just went to go steal some jackets. That's why I was like, okay, I could see why Charleston would talk in that case. Cause it's like, man, we was going to do some petty crimes. Nigga, we probably would have got like 30 days in the can for that. You know, shot homie in the back, and that's some coward shit too. You shoot somebody in the back. So yeah, I could kind of see his case at that young age. So if people are calling him out because of that situation, it's like, man, I don't think they listen to the facts. They're just holding on to the society element of everything. Like, oh man, you went on this, you talked. They're like, man, we do got to get better at some of this shit, I think.
No, for real though. You know, people are all tough, man. Like when they have like a weapon that they could carry, but you know, once you go behind the bars, man, like good luck. Hopefully you got the hands to protect yourself. That's all I gotta say, because it's gonna get like real greasy up in there.
Well, I wonder, like, because a lot of times, you know, man, once people get them years on them too, man, you know, they gotta sit back and reflect, and they like, man, I did all that dumb shit, and you know, lost majority of my life for a fucking jacket, you know. So I wish you know, somebody could talk to his Doolittle, whatever, and see where his mind is at. Because yeah, when you see people cool down when they start, especially they hit the 30s and 40s, they're like, yeah, man, that shit was dumb. You know, I wish I would have paused and thought that shit out and shit. So maybe he might even get out and, you know, he probably won't even be mad at Charleston just looking back at him. Nah, he could be upset, but yeah, yeah. I mean, the fuck am I thinking? Yeah.
But, who knows, man? You know, hopefully the Muslims will be able to reach out to him, and he could just be converted, man. But I wonder.
That's why I was saying, man, like. Because, I mean, it's a tough situation to be in, you know, when stuff spirals out of control. But it's just like, I think if I would have got some money, I wouldn't be like, look, man, let me go back and take care of his mom. He still might be mad and not fuck with me, but man, I would still have a little guilty conscience. Like, man, let me go look out. You know, I would do something.
Yeah, I hear you. Hold on, we got Big Stan in the stage. You know, what up, Stan?
Good, Stan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry I'm late. Today's my only day off, so I've been ripping and running, and I got stuck in traffic. My apologies.
Hey, it's all good. Stan. By the time you got up here, I already off to 6, so who knows? I might go for 7.
Okay.
So Stan, so say we was out doing a crime with each other. We went to go steal some jackets, and them 3 wilds out. He shoots 2 people. Huh?
Who's me?
Me, you, M3.
Nope.
We there, we kicking it. We're like, yo, man, let's go ahead and do this. And M3 wilds out and starts pulling out the swam and shooting people. You snitching?
Hell yeah! I grew up in the South. I grew up in the South. That Scare Straight program got me to be an L7 for the rest of my life. L7, when you look at it, it's a square. I'm a square for life. When I saw that 6'6", 350-pound man of muscle fall to his knees crying that the security guard already sold his to the inmates and he was on his back and on his stomach for his stay in prison, I was a square after that. I am snitching. I ain't going to nobody prison. F all that. Don't do no crime around me because I ain't going. I ain't going. You can go to prison.
Yeah,
Sorry.
especially now. Like, yeah, I'm like you, Stan. I'm a square. I'm repping that happily. Ain't nobody. Back in the day when I was in my knucklehead days, yeah, it was something different. But after some stupid situations I put myself in, I learned quick. I was like, damn that. I moved. I was like, I'm getting away from all this shit.
And mind you, SJ, this was just regular county jail. The guards already sold him. And then he went to prison where he got sold again. Mind you, this man is 6'6", 300 pounds of muscle. They had their way with him. Here's the real question I have, right? Here's the real question. You did the crime. Why I gotta do time with you? Are you loyal to me? I mean, for real, like nobody else thinking. I need y'all to stop smoking weed and go beyond ABCs and have some reading comprehension and start thinking. All this snitch stuff.
So you saying Doolittle should have manned up and been like, look, I did that shit. They ain't had nothing to do with it. So that's what you're saying, Stan? You did the crime. Why we got to be in there together? I could send you money on the books. It's just like child support. Why are you trying to lock me up? Where you gonna get the money? If you lock me up, where you gonna get the money if I go do crime with you and time with you in prison? Stan, that's actually a good point, man. I never looked at it like that. It's like, hey, man, if I'm supposed to have honor, why don't you have honor and speak up what the hell you did? Exactly. so I could go home and eat some goddamn Chili's and shit while you eating, what's that, new Mao in there? Here's the crazy part, right? With prison being privatized, some people get lost, quote unquote, lost in the shuffle, and they gone missing in prison. Like that whole system is messed up. Why y'all trying to go for that stuff? What was that again? Like prison become privatized, right? There's already cases of inmates going missing. Like they can't track them, they can't find them. And once, I'm not gonna say the state where they go to, but man, once you go there, people pretty much you're gone. Like this is no joke. I'm with what's his name? What's his name? How you pronounce his name correctly? Charleston or how you say it? Charleston White. Charleston White, yeah, black man snitch. He don't go in there. I'm sure enough, wherever state he from, that Scare State program is scary too. Scare Straight worked. It worked when they come to your school and you see these grown men crying and telling you like what they have to go through as grown ass men. Oh hell no. Boondocks. Y'all could go ahead and make fun. I'm like Tom from Boondocks. Yeah, I'm white as hell. I'm the blackest white man you gonna meet. And
And if y'all say like, what kind of white are you? I'm dark white. That's what I am. I'm dark white.
Stan, you got like good stature, man. You got good size, man. I think you could hold it down in there.
No, thank you. I ain't trying to find out. Not going to find out. You people, I like to donate. There's some few people I like to donate for the sake of what's the word for what's that thing they call research
for research purposes.
But yeah,
So,
man,
Stan,
like this whole
you don't even look at Charleston as a snitch. You look at him as like a freedom fighter.
Okay, look, here's something. This man Ben told us who he is. The next question I have for everybody is this. Maya Angelou says, if quote unquote says, I'm gonna paraphrase it, if they tell you who they are, believe them. For us, not only did he tell us, he has shown us, and he had told us again, what are you people expecting? That's the question I have. Y'all expect this from him? Y'all mad that since he was 16, he told you who he is. You up to no good, he's gonna report you. Why are you here? Which is true. Go inside your house. You got a ski mask. It's 95 degrees. Get some contact clues. We already know. Like, did y'all miss Blue's Clues? It's free on Pluto TV. Y'all comprehension skills is like beyond low and scary.
So Stan, all right, you live in a nice neighborhood and you don't know me, and I'm walking out. I got a ski mask on, and it's in the summer. You go, Rachel.
Call the police. Call the police. You might hit my house next. You not learn from Peter Parker and Uncle Ben. Call police. Learn from Peter Parker and Uncle Ben.
What happened if I just had a skin condition
if you
and I had to wear it?
Who told you come here with no Uber and no Lyft?
You are up the ass like dark white.
Stan a whole Karen out here. Stan's like, look, you gonna roast racial profiles there?
Man, if I see a white person in the black neighborhood, I'm calling the police too. Why are you here?
Oh, okay.
You ain't got no black kids. Why are you here?
so you black Karen then, right? You're more like Ken, the Haitian Ken.
Again, you're a white man in a black and brown neighborhood. You have no kids. You're not dating nobody.
Oh, wait a minute.
Should we not learn?
Wait, if I'm walking in your neighborhood, you won't give me a pass, right?
Why are you here? Are you buying something?
I'm
Why are you here? Look, we don't want nobody walking.
I'm here to get some.
This is not Little House in the Prairie. There's a shopping center that you need to go to. Are you buying something? Are you gonna buy a house?
But Stan,
get in the car.
Oh, wait, but Stan, what if I told you, like, look, man, I'm only here in your neighborhood so I can pick up your Latino women. I'm just escorting them to my car. That's all.
You know, they have these things called drones that you go ahead and you can take a walk on. It's the year 2025. You don't need to actually walk around to look around. But I hear what you're saying, right? And that's where you need to go ahead and buy your 5-acre land and walk around that.
I just want.
But other than that, we don't want you in these neighborhoods.
But Stan, I just want to walk around so I can get a close sniff of the pupusas.
Okay, that's good. And you know, we also got gang members here, and I'll just put a call.
Hey Stan, so do you got the binos? Do you got the binos and stuff?
No, I need the binos. I just walk around. We know, like, they ain't move here. They're not from here. Just go ahead and put it in the button. Go ahead on the neighborhood app and just put it out there.
So what's some tell-all signs? So say like even if I didn't wear the ski mask and I'm just like
backpack, a construction vest. At 6 o'clock, why you not home? Bicycle, and you a grown ass person on a Murray or a Huffy bicycle. Like, you're not even on a 10-speed. You too big for that little tiny thing.
Hey man, long live, Stan. Damn.
What happened if I had on dirty Timbs and I'm just walking around? Is that an indicator?
You're not a job site or nothing. Why are you here? Why are you here? I mean, at this point, we do have to make phone calls because guess what? That's how, like, we have all these mass, you know what I'm saying, happening. people doing crazy stuff. You don't belong here. Why are you here? There's no open house for you to come to.
But Stan, what about the support center? What about Marcus and Wally though? What if Marcus, like, the only Latino just decided to walk up in the neighborhood?
Walking aimlessly in the neighborhood will get you called here. It's not just me. It's everybody. We don't want that here. There's a neighborhood that you can do that to. Now, will you survive? Now, that's the question. But this neighborhood, they call. This one, everybody know who's going what. Everybody know who child is whom. We see everybody every day. And it look like you don't belong here, police will be called.
Damn, y'all don't fuck around, boy.
Yeah, we don't want to be like Oakland. AKA Gotham. Nobody wants to go to Gotham. Oakland and San Francisco is nothing but Gotham. Nobody wants that.
Hey, that's why when I went on my date, man, I went straight to passing San Francisco, straight to Daly City.
Nobody want no Gotham.
So y'all ain't going down in Oakland?
Oh,
go ahead and you start first. You start first, M3. You start first.
Okay, so I met another white woman. Well, actually, she came to me, right? She approached me. 5'11" white woman, right? And I don't even know why I even describe her height. But anyways, she lives in Oakland, but she works in the city of San Francisco. Now, do you think I want to actually go out my way to Oakland to meet her?
No.
I'm going to go to Orinda, where I'm like in the borderline of Oakland. As long as I don't touch Oakland, I'll be in Berkeley somewhere. But as long as I don't touch Oakland, I'm good. I don't even want to be. I don't even care if it's like the Oakland Hills. I am absolutely okay with that.
So how she? You ask her why she's staying over there?
Why
she probably got rent control. She got rent control. Oakland was never that bad until we got these lazy mayors that didn't do anything.
Yeah, and then of course, like like the techies as well too. But
that left and then still didn't do anything.
But I don't know if she's renting like her house or maybe she own it. I mean, because she's an RN. So
no, she got a nice old building and she got rent control. She's good. Like there's still certain part of Oakland that's good, but like when my friends trying to invite me to, like, hey, you going to facilities or do something, I'm like, why are we in Oakland for? We got jobs and I got a car. Like, I'm not trying to, I need my car. Like, I'm not trying to go to Oakland. Like, we can go to Berkeley on Telegraph or something, or like San Leandro pushing it, but I ain't trying. Oakland got a lot of cleanup to do. It just got to get better, and it's just SJ, for crimes who happen in front of the police station, for them to go ahead and steal police cars in front of the police station, y'all don't even know. I'm sorry, no. They stole police cars from the police station on 8th Street, and they couldn't stop it or find it, and they had to report themselves. That is sad.
Yeah. I got some super thugs out there, boy. Yeah. So M3, I gotta give you the scenario. So we all out there, me, you, Stan, about to go
put me in these scenarios. I got anxiety. Don't put me in none of this.
Stan got the ratchet. He clapped somebody, you snitching.
Look, wait a minute. Before y'all put me in these scenarios, just know something. It's only 2 people in my car if we black. I'm brown. I don't put a third one in the back seat because they're gonna get us pulled over. So you rolling with me, you gotta have your own car. So no.
So because color doesn't really matter to me, right? Here's the thing, right? I'll definitely turn Stan's ass in right in a heartbeat, but I'll be strategic about it. I wait until like there's a bounty on him or like there's a price.
Oh shit! So you're gonna get the.
Yeah, I gotta get paid, man. If I'm gonna snitch, man, like look, my snitch ain't for free now. Okay. So, it's just like, hey, like we like wanted. You tell us the whereabouts of this dude, we'll give you X amount of money. Even if it's like 5,000 or 50,000. The higher the price, the faster you'll get them. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I'm definitely snitching.
You know what I do?
What?
I'll pull up. I'll do my favorite thing. officer, I was with somebody from my job and he took me on the ride. And then when I went on the ride, he told me to stop right there. And then after he told me to stop right there, he come back huffing and puffing. And I asked him what he doing. And then he waved a little pew-pew. And I went ahead and I drove. And then after that, I called you because I'm scared. I'm scared. So I'm going to call the police because that's what I do. I call the police. I don't want no problem, no trouble. Go ahead, M3. Try to throw me under the bus now.
They're going to throw on there because he's nice, man.
So M3 is going to go to jail in that scenario, and you're going to get deported.
Oh, no.
They'll be like, I got M3. They'll be like, sir, come over here.
No, I got my paperwork.
He gonna be at El Salvador, like, oh fuck, but I'm an American citizen. I was lying.
Now, Lola, hey, now, we understand, right? We're in the Trump era, right? So, they don't care about that. Oh, you got your
look, nobody jail. I'm not getting my cheeks clapped for nobody. F loyalty, F snitching, F trap culture, F all of that.
Little Gray Pill.
F all of it.
What's good, Gray Pill?
Yeah, but no, but I ain't gonna lie though, right? With the deportation thing, I mean, like, hey man, you might have to take me with you if we're going to like any Latin countries now. Like, I ain't tripping, but yeah, we know like the rest of the people like who's watching us. If y'all was ever in that situation, y'all wouldn't even last though. Y'all probably will be ready to give up the cheeks. You know what I mean, Gray Pill?
Here's the thing. Why are y'all hanging around with people that mean no good? That has never been my thing. What do you say, Stan, another Latino on checklist? Ugh. No, that's M3 and his Latinas. I'm running away from them. He run to them. Or they run to him. I run away.
You racist.
But I never understood that thing of like, as a culture as a whole, in all seriousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're an NBA player. Why are you with somebody that's doing crime? You're an actor. Why are you with somebody that they're looking at, they got crime? Like, why do you're doing tech and you're doing fine. So why do you align yourself with somebody that FBI is watching, right? Or CIA, right? It just never, you out the hood. So why do you want to go back in there and trying to show off to people that you're still the same and all this weird stuff? And it's like, yo, like, you're not about that life. That's why you got out of it. So I never understood like why people like Steve Harvey, for example, like why would you even want to go ahead and marry a woman like that was a drug dealer queen or whatever? So there's always like this weird thing of fascination with that life, knowing full well that that's why you got out of it. So why there's a pull to get into it when you know that it's not going to be good for you?
Man, I think it's that fascination, man, with that that element. You know, man, because it's the flashiness. So I think when people get money, man, because like you said, the ball players and stuff, like, man, you'll see them and stuff in there hanging out with them dudes, like you said, and it's just like, man, you're the one that's famous. Like, people should be emulating you, but it's like they want to gravitate to that. So I think it's just, man, a lot of time it's the insecurities, and it's that people want to have that perception of being tough. Because, man, when I was younger, man, I got in a lot of trouble and shit. I don't talk too much about my background because, like I say, I don't try to promote any of that stuff. But, like my relatives, they pulled me to the side. That's when I got into like wrestling, martial arts and stuff. Because they're like, man, y'all think y'all tough, but there's nothing tough about that shit.
Yeah.
Go train up. So I'm glad like I made that pivot. But it's just like, yeah, I think a lot of people, man, it's like when they want that shortcut, that's when they latch on to a lot of that type of shit, because they want that persona of like being tough. So yeah, that's what I think it is. So I just think, man, that we push it so much a lot, in our culture and shit, where everybody just want to have that like attachment to street life to a certain degree. Because we don't promote, I don't think we promote like engineers and doctors and you know, stuff like that. That's just not cool, you know. So everybody wants to be, you know, the street guy, you know, because it's so tied into our music and style and all that stuff. Because I mean, even if you look at like rap, man, you know, a lot of that stuff, you know, coming up in early 90s, you know, it was the dealers that promoted a lot of that stuff. So you look at like Eric B and Rakim's Paid in Full posse.
Mm-hmm.
You see the like covers on that, you know, those were all street news from around the way. You know, that was pretty much funding a lot of the rappers. So that's where the rappers got the style from, the chains and stuff. So I think that's why everybody kind of just you know, wanted to be part of the culture, because, you know, that's how it kind of like the music that we kind of embraced originated from that.
You know what's crazy about that too is the fact that their kids wasn't part of it. Their kids were going to private school, getting flown around. You know what I'm saying? They're going to like a different income bracket. They look at that stuff like noise. I mean, that was the part of it that was like,
ruthless.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I want to do something when your children is not doing anything?
You got to drop
that?
the link, man. We got to pull Ruthless up. I would like to get his take on what he think.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
But yeah, like you look at some of the old Eric B, Rakim, and then a lot of that stuff. Yeah, those or that whole cover, man.
No, I grew up in Florida. They got on this.
Yeah, because
some of them schools and look at their kids are going through. You know, they're going to school in Howdale. They going up in the rich part of Florida. Like, you know, their kids were not with us, so like it didn't make any sense to follow somebody that's not. They don't do that for their own family.
So Ruthless, I just wanted to ask you, man, what do you consider? Do you consider like say somebody like a civilian, man? They have no parts of like crime, and they tell. Is that considered a snitch?
No.
Okay, I got you. Cool.
So
what do you kind of consider a snitch?
Snitching is me, you, and M3 conspired.
You said conspired?
Conspired.
Okay, Rufus.
I
like that, Rufus.
3-syllable SAT words.
So there's levels to this, right? There's 3 levels, right?
Okay.
For me, Sophisticated Junk, M3, and Stan, we come up with this whatever idea to do something that could be costly, right? Of our freedom, right? And we do it. Now, there's 2 ways. We do it, and we get caught in an act, right? And then I turn around and say it was M3's idea. That then see, I'm snitching, right? Because, right, there's no need for me to say nothing. We all got caught in the act. Get my time and just get to it. But I want to get a time cut. I'm not trying. You know, I got a chick I'm chasing out here. You know, and I'm like, they tell me, hey, we want to know who the mastermind is. We think M3, oh yeah, man, M3 the mastermind, right? So that's one level. Then there's a level we commit a crime and then we get away with it, right? Let's say we get away, right? And we scot free. Boom, I get caught doing something else though, right? I get caught maybe selling. We got away with a bank robbery. I get caught selling drugs, but then they tell me. After when they catch me selling drugs, they come in with some pictures from a bank robbery saying, we think this is you, right? But we need to know who your other accomplices are. You give us them and we'll cut you a deal. We'll cut you a break, right? Now, if I disclose my accomplices, that is snitching because, once again, right, I was involved in a crime with these guys, and we all agreed that we're going to do this in hopes of getting away and maybe whatever our ambitions are. If I disclose the information to the police, that is then being snitching. But now if I'm a civilian and I witnessed the bank robbery and I dial 911, no, you're not a snitch. You're doing civilian duties.
So did you hear Charleston White's situation? So they were still in jackets, and then his friend shot the dude in the back. So, like, you know, that's pretty much a petty crime somewhat. But it escalated to that murder. Do you think Charleston White's a snitch for...
that's snitching because he was involved, right? And he didn't want to do his part of the whatever crime. So he shot the guy in the back. Let's say the guy died. Now it elevates to maybe a murder or right, a second degree or manslaughter, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Automatically, that's implied to me. Now, when they're figuring this shit out, they're like, okay, I may not be the shooter, but I'm part of the principle, which is the crime. Which because I was part of the crime, I automatically get maybe he's probably the shooter, so he's probably looking at 25 years. I'm looking at 10, right? Just being guilty by something. Yeah, by 10 because I'm getting I'm part of the principle of the crime. Now, if I go now because I'm all in on the crime and that happens, I just supposed to take my bit, do whatever they give me, deal me, and get up out of there. Just do what I do, right? That would be the most noble thing to do, and let him,
noble.
Yeah, not to say anything, right?
I ain't pulled a gun.
Take my time. No. I'm just saying it's my time. Take my time, right? Regardless. Once I enter the crime with these guys, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. We all understand that.
He ain't tell me he bought a gun, and he ain't tell me he's going to shoot.
But it don't matter.
No jackets.
When you're in a life of crime, right? When you're going to commit when you talk about stuff like that, everything goes, right? You understand that anything can happen, right?
No.
And most likely, yes, because if we're gonna, let's say we're stealing jackets, most likely I got a gun, right? Because before we get ready to go, I'm brandishing that thing like, yeah, anybody get it my way, I'm not getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. Yes, I'm just saying it's criminals, right? I understand that if I don't say I'm out because this nigga got a gun, right? I'm out. I'm cool. Just anything. I don't want to. This nigga might be a hothead. He might shoot someone, so I'm out. But if I say, you know what, I'm in no matter what. If that happens, I then got to take my part in the crime, take my time, and go about my business. That would be the noble thing to do. Now, if they say, well, we want you to testify, right?
This nigga said he noble, like y'all some knights, King Arthur's knights and shit.
No, I'm not noble at all. No. You brought the gun, you shot him in the back, steals his back. You should let him go. You was too trigger happy. I ain't going nobody to jail and serving no 10 years. I'm 16 years old. What we talking about?
So
Stan said he talking.
I'm not refuting. Okay, I'm not here to debate. But one feels they want to disclose.
That ain't no feeling. I'm thinking logical.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not refuting that.
Okay.
What I'm just telling you the rules of the game, right? What is considered snitching, right? Now, this is why we do have the snitch culture, right? Because people ain't ready to take that time, right? Even drug dealers, right? If they get caught with a whole bunch of drugs, they get talking about you look at 30 years, who you want? Right? Who you want? Right?
Yeah.
I'll tell the leader. Yeah, he did it. Just let me get that 10 or let me get that 5 years. I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? So I understand that. I'm not saying what a person's supposed to do. Right?
Okay. You're just saying how the rules should be.
Yeah,
but
I'm just telling you how the rules go when you're taking a pledge of allegiance to be in a very unpredictable lifestyle.
Hey, Ruthless, quick question. When I give information, can I also make a request that I go to 11-1 jail?
What? You can do that to your lawyer. You can tell your lawyer, hey, try to get me 11-1, and then he can try to.
Oh yeah, there's levels in jails, guys.
Depending on your criminal.
Elaborate on that. You talking about the one that you have like the little glass cell with the TV on that?
Depends on
levels. There's levels. Never won a level 4 or 5. That's
well. It depends on your criminal history, number one, and the level of your case, and what level you're on your case. So if you're testifying, most likely they're going to give you a deal, which probably, let's say you were looking 8 with 85%, right? And you testify, you turn state's evidence, and then they're going to probably give you 5.5 and send you to a fucking level 1 yard anyway, right? You will never see a 4 or 5. So
you want to explain to them what level 1 is?
Stan gonna be in there with Bernie Madoff and shit.
Level 1 is you're able to walk around and exercise, and you have more movement. You have freedom of movement. Like, you know what I mean?
Level 2?
Less restricted. Level 2, less restricted movement, right? Level 2 is kind of like a level. They're like, but it's level 2 will be more. You might have a little bit more gates and shit. You know what I mean? A little bit more.
What they put you on? What level was that?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, so the feds, I went to all the way up to the level 4, which is the penitentiary, and to the state, I went all the way up to level 3.
Oh, okay. Damn.
So we had
kids 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Well, 4 in state will be pretty much lockdown sentences, right? You're pretty much on the. You know what I mean? You're not that much a difference. You just at a more security, like you have gun towers, right? You might go to sit down and eat, and you're looking at a mini 16 at a level 4. Well, level 3, right? You have you won't have the gun towers, and you don't have the mini 16 point at you. You still have a lot of guards on site, right, with pepper spray, but you won't have the guns, right? So that's the difference. But you still have keys to your cell, and people still have life sentences and stuff like that.
Hey, so Ruthless, we was talking about like, man, after people do all those years and stuff, they do a long bid and stuff. Do a lot of people kind of look back, be like, man, after serving all this time, man, that was dumb as hell, you know?
Depends on when you catch your case, what you catch your case for, and the derivative. So, let's just say you catch your case at 19, right? And it was just y'all was just on some shooting up shit. Y'all were just doing some. Now you might consider, I was out of my fucking mind. You know what I mean? At the end of your bid, you might like shit. You know what I mean? But now if it's a money crime, shit, and you talk, as you got all these millions and hundreds of, and then they break you off and you do your time, you're gonna be like, shit, I lived my life. Fuck it. I wouldn't do nothing to change it. Like me, after I did my time, I wasn't sad. Oh man, I wish I would have had all that money, robbing the banks, my own mansion. I wasn't like, damn, no. I was like, okay, let's start over again. Oh well. So it just depends on what and it could be for a gang member, right? If he's dedicated to his craft and that's what he believes in, the ideology of Crippin or Blood or whatever, GD, yeah, he is. He most likely won't regret it because everybody ain't really into finding and looking for women to have relationships. Some people just want to serve their gang to the fullest extent or whatever. It just depends on your mindset.
Stan asked, he had a good point earlier. Stan was like, we hear all the noble parts and, the stuff like you were saying. So Stan was like, how come the person that do like in Charleston's case, the dude that was like bucking, it's like, man, how come he don't tell so everybody else can get off? Like, tell what he did.
Well, here's the thing about the courts, right? The thing about the courts, the police are terrible at their job. Right? They're terrible at collecting evidence. They're terrible at things. A lot of things. So most likely, yeah, guy got shot in the back. Why he didn't just say his part is because maybe they got something wrong, right? They got it all wrong, and he has a chance to beat it or make him give him a good plea bargain. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd be looking at life sentence, but because they fucked up, he can manipulate because the police did such a bad job, the prosecution doesn't have all the facts. Now he could be looking at a 10-year deal with 85%. You know what I mean? So that's why he's not gonna. That's why they tell you don't say anything because you never know what they might have.
Stan said, "Fuck that." Stan said, "He talking." They said as soon as they get him that pork sandwich and the Pepsi, he's like, "Look."
Now you may not be
like Stan ain't trying to hang around with a bunch of knuckleheads.
But I will say this though: people who talk bad about snitches or snitching are just talking.
Okay.
Because of my experience, I see snitches walk the yard and not get touched. I see snitches walk the yard and get sent up. They don't really do that to me. They send them off the yard. You got to get off the yard, homie. You got to get off the yard. You know what I mean? They didn't really. I see niggas, they tell them they got to get up there. This nigga when they got 2 knives, like, let's go. Right? Y'all got to carry me out. I've seen, like my celly from Dawn, he's from East Coast Crip. His homie told on him, got him life. and they all from the same hood. He went back to the hood. Everybody, all sent them all paperwork about how he stood there, and they ain't do nothing to him. They let it go. So, and then now it's just so people don't really. How I want to say this: snitching, yeah, is it frowned upon? Yes, in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, and everybody, if they find out you snitching, they're gonna come really go out their way to really take you out. No, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's people. America in this country, chilling is promoted, right? Period. And everybody, well, most people have a level of what they can take and what they can't, right? Some people can't take the time that they finna do, right? They get a lot. They think about the girl. They tell everybody, and these guys go out and they go to the hood, and everybody knows they telling, and nobody do nothing to them. So,
hey, I got a question for you, Ruthless.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the snitch and an informant? A professional informant.
Informant, you usually working for the police. You wear a wiretap. You know what I mean? The police catch you doing something. They read up on you, so they make a deal with you. Say, okay, you just do this work for us, right? And wear this wire and get information from people. That's an informant. A snitch is just, you're not working for the police. You're in a crime, commission of a crime. You got caught with a few other guys, and you just tell what happened. Implication of everybody's part. Now, if you didn't tell, these guys might have got off or might have got extra time, but because you told, it strengthens the prosecution case to give them way more time.
Yeah.
Or take them try and win. So yeah, that's the difference. One works for the police, one works for itself.
So could a snitch become an informant? And would they get paid, or would they, you know what I'm saying, like get less time, or
acting like he looking for a part-time job and shit?
I want no part of it. I want no part of it.
The fuck you gonna start snitching?
I just think, and I just ask some questions.
They got this on Indeed and shit.
I don't want no part of it.
A informant is considered a snitch, right? In like a lot of ways, but they're two different levels. You know what I mean? Different levels. One, now you have to be in deep, meaning mafia. You got to be a right-hand man damn near, or you have access to very powerful people in your organization. You can't just be, you just can't be a regular dude, right? So
give me square life. Give me the square life.
Yeah, and if you get caught wearing that wire, you're most likely gonna die. Yeah, you're gonna die, right? Because that's what they check your wire. I'll find out that you're like this. How Young Thug was. People were trying to wear wires on him as well. Yeah.
So you think like nowadays compared to back in the day, man? You think it's a wrap for all this the crime life ruthless just based on technology and just how people kind of built?
No. Crime is higher than ever, right? Crime will long as there is envy, long as there is ambition, long as there is jealousy, long as there is money, ability to or potential to get money, long as there is judgment, like society standards, there will be crime. There will be crime. It will never go away.
Yeah, I got you. You think it's more white collar though?
No, it's more. It's depends on where you at. Depends on where you at. Well, actually, I'm gonna say this. It's always been more white collar. Always, white collar has always been the most dominant crime because it's done by the majority of Americans.
Don't they have a different?
It's not the.
They have a different setup, right?
I'm just saying what you do. The one guy who already made off that life sentence for taking all the people's money. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. It's just the minority people who commit the bigger crimes are just allowed. They're louder. You know what I mean? They're very loud. But the white collar crime, like those the most. Every 5 seconds, somebody's getting defrauded, or small cases are always going to be dominant.
Yeah, I was listening to some. Oh, go ahead, Stan.
The only question I was going to ask, like, what about this stuff that you see that they are given probation and they have to go to a house because it is white collar, so it's less dealing with like they did something, you know, heinous, and it's like we need to put them somewhere else as opposed to prison.
Well, yeah, you're talking about the misdemeanors, right? Such as petty theft. You know, they're not white collar crimes. Those are petty crimes.
Yeah.
Drugs, drug possession, right? And it's just like under a certain amount. Yeah, they just cite and release you, go to court, hear your ticket, whatever. Yeah, it's all about money, right? The people, the taxpayers, they put a ballot out. The taxpayers voted against putting people away for petty crimes, right? So then that's why now petty theft and drug possession under a certain amount is only a ticket. No jail time, it's just probation. Informal at that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Andrew, you got another question?
You said, do I have another question?
Yo, SJ, I got another one if you guys don't have that.
Go ahead, man. I forgot what I was going to.
Think about Charleston White. He can tell. Okay, they got him on TV, but guess what? Ain't nothing gonna happen because the average American would have done the same thing, right? People ain't willing to go to jail for other people and have the chance to get themselves out of prison, regardless of the gangbang or there's a regular student, right? Regular. You know what I mean? Now people put on a little dirt right now. His own crew, his own, right? To shake.
So I have a question, right? If I'm going to confess, so that say like you, M3, and SJ could go free, if there's a way that I could pre-bargain my own confession, so then I get a lighter sentence.
It depends on who they want and how much they want the other person. So no, if it's just a case where you're involved and it's kind of a petty case, not real big, we all look at 2-3 years max. They don't want to hear shit you got to say. Take this time to get up out of here. But now, if they want M3, if they M3 is a mastermind, you know what I'm saying? Or they've been after M3 for years, and we got all three on the same cases now, yeah, they might come to the weaker one, the weaker link, which is you, and say, hey, Stanley, you want some chips? You want you some pizza? Sit down, man. Have a Coke, right? And walk that shit down. We know we got you. We got all your buddies, right? But we really want M3, right? We just think he's fucking legal. You give us M3, we'll let you walk out of here in 48 hours, right? Via AKA Little Woody, right? Right? They let him go with all the murders. They let murders go because they wanted Young Thug. They let his nigga walk with. They had him red-handed, dead bang on murders. Couldn't beat it. But because they wanted Young Thug so much, all right, buddy, we let you walk. You can understand and testify. You know what I'm saying? And we ready to go. So yeah, it depends on how bad they want the person. If they want the person bad enough, especially if they got a vindictive against the M3 or something, oh yeah, they will let all of us go free for our testimony.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I know me and you never do that together, Stan. How's that?
Hey, look, L7. A lot of times my friends, when I see my cousins, they get out of jail, or some people that got out of jail, they're like, I'm like, whatever you do, get a square in your life. Not me though.
Yeah,
Diversify your friendship portfolio.
Don't worry. If you was to even come around the corner looking like you're interested, you'd be sent out the other door immediately.
God want no interest. Never.
Like, man, go put your wave cap on. Go get you some peanut butter jelly and watch Netflix, nigga. Get away from us.
Yeah, never.
You say you're gonna get him up out of there, ruthless?
Immediately. And then if he tries to refuse, then we're just gonna have to draw down on him and say, "This is you can walk away or get carried away. You would not be involved."
Man, let me say, criminal fathers were ruthless in Miami. If you went to jail more than one time, they'll keep you there, and they're like, you know what? You need to stay there with your boyfriend or your husband. Don't you dare come out again. I replace you with a new son.
Yeah.
And then you'll see like Henry Barbados Jr. got born the same year you got put in jail again. You are cut off. They cut you off. Like, that Caribbean background was no joke.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, it's still amongst the black community.
Yeah.
Snitching doesn't hold the consequences it used to hold because the black community is not an organization. We don't move and organize like we're not the mafia. You know, we got some people got mafia names, but we don't operate in mafioso. We don't operate. Yeah, we don't operate in criminal organization type style of rules of we're just mainly renegades. So a guy snitching can get back out in the hood and keep living because then they're not going to do that to him because they're like, damn, it's the home, right? He's affiliated and the enemies don't really care because they don't like you anyway. They don't care about him snitching on you. You know what I'm saying? They want you out the way anyway. And then the homies in your hood, they might be like, this nigga snitched. Yeah, who? Wooty now. And they're like, yeah, that's the homie. Like, it's like kind of, they're not gonna go against themselves. You know what I'm saying? Take out their own kind. So it's kind of, they might got love for you. They might, you know what I mean? You might, a lot of dudes like you. So yeah, they ain't gonna talk to you much though. They ain't gonna fuck with you, but you gonna live your life.
Yeah, I was listening to some. There was a couple mobsters podcasts, and I think they all talked, but they was just saying like that RICO Act. They was like, man, the RICO Act is what changed the game. Everybody started getting those crazy amount of years. They were like, that was the end of it.
What's the RICO Act?
It's like racketeering. They use it for a lot of like drug empires. So that's where they were able to slap a lot of years on people. But they could do a lot of, what's that?
How many years are you guys talking about?
Shit, like 30 to life.
Doug was looking at, so you have two different type of RICOs.
Yeah.
Right, you got the federal RICO.
Okay.
And then you got the state RICO.
Okay.
There's racketeering in something, and there's all kind of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's saying it's racketeering. RICO is actually very misused in our legal system because it's really for organized crime, right?
Okay.
But black people don't really do organized crime, right? We just renegades. But they use the RICO because it's easier to imply a lot of snitching going on, right? So let's get a whole bunch of guys to tell on you and make you the boss, even though you're not the boss. But they say you're the boss. Well, we'll let you go. Okay, once again, via Woody. So this is where the case fell. This is where they messed up in the Young Thug case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Woody didn't, for his testimony, right?
Yeah.
He never came out and said Young Thug was the boss. And he said that YSL was not a gang, right? They need the witnesses, to paint the picture that it is gang and that Young Thug's the head of the gang for the RICO to stick. You know what I'm saying? Now the feds do it the best, right? Feds do it way more better than the state. You know, they do a lot of wiretapping. They do a lot more thorough, right? That's why when the feds get you, boy, it's like you got 98% chance to lose. And it's very thorough. They get, like right now, P. Diddy, they got him under the RICO, even though he doesn't have a RICO case. He doesn't have a RICO case. But they're bringing him under a RICO type indictment. So that's how they're trying to get him, because they're saying he uses businesses to run these sex things and these how you call it, sex trafficking, stuff like that, and all this other shit. Woof. They're trying to give him 1 million years.
Yeah, because anytime you evolve like drugs and stuff, that's where like it could turn into RICO, because like what he was doing at those freak offs and that type of stuff.
Well, it don't necessarily have to have drugs. It don't necessarily. It's not only drugs. It could be running a sex trafficking. It could be running a criminal organization. Like I got all these homies, and I send them out to like rob people, do things, and you know what I'm saying. It can be drugs too, but it also can be other organizational things.
Yeah.
Right, racketeering. Right, racketeering is a drug. It's right. So yeah, it entails multi-organization depending on a drug that just happened to be one of them.
But yeah, it's very loose. They like Ruthless was saying, you could fit a bunch of stuff under it.
Yeah. All they do with the RICO is this is the easiest way to get a warrant for your arrest, and it's like a fish net, right? Throw that motherfucker in the sea, ocean, whoop, get as many fish you can, right? And then the big fish, you put it to the side, and you paint this picture, this narrative. But he's this, and then you get all the little fish deals. Now look, we give you 5 years. You tell this nigga he just fish. Okay, you get this guy. You want to go home to your baby mama? Yeah, I miss my baby mama. Okay, well, you just say Sophisticated Jerk's the man. That's all we need you to say. He's the man, and that this is an organization. That's all we need you to say, right? Now this thing can carries a 30 to life, right? It can be 30 years or a life sentence or multiple life sentences. So yeah, and if they get everybody crumbles, you're done.
So here's another question I have for you. Then, do they put everybody in the same prison system, or they have to separate people? And also, number two, do you have access to the records if you're in prison? More about
first question: they put everybody in a what?
In the same lockdown facility.
Yeah. But depending on the state, yeah, y'all going to the same jail. The big dog might be in a single cell. They're going to put him in probably in a 2-man cell or a single cell somewhere far up, high power. He'll be in high power, so he won't have access to none of his people. And then the people under him, or allegedly under him, they'll be all just put in different places. Some of them together, some of them not.
Okay. And then the second question, do people have access to the records?
What do you mean, people?
Like, if say, like, Sophisticated Jerk could go ahead and look and see my statements.
No.
Oh. Okay.
You got to go to trial discovery.
Now, you do have emotional discovery. Now, you get emotional discovery. Everybody gets emotional discovery, and it do entail information, right?
Yeah.
So a RICO, it would be, you would get your part, and then what they charge you with, and all the things that they charge everybody with. But you might not get everybody's statements because the statements might not be given yet, or the statements might be held back. So you won't really know who's really talking. You know what I'm saying? You won't really know because it's just going to take everything that they charge you with, and have the ladder of they have of how the head dog and the second in command. They just have all of that to you, and then you just know that okay, this is where I stand, this is where I lay it in this, and these are all the charges I've been charged with, and these are all this is the prosecution's claim that they did to you, or that they implicated you in.
That shit expensive. That's why most people plead out. You probably looking at about what, 50.
Depends. Could be looking at 10. Depends on your role, right? Depends on
Hey, Rufus, thank you for letting us know. I got one last question, and it's just a curious one.
No, Rufus, I'll talk about 50,000.
50,000 what?
To go to discovery and all that.
As money?
No. You get a public defender. You get that free. Yeah,
I'm talking about it. You get a good lawyer. Yeah, them public defenders. You go. you might as well take that plea.
No, it depends on where you at, though, right? Depends on where you at. Like I said, depends on where you at. Feel me?
Yeah.
So if you're bottom, let's say you bottom 30, right? You need a public defender because you finna plead out anyway. Most niggas is finna plead out. You might not even need you to testify. They just might need you to say, "Hey, we need you to plead guilty to this gun." Yeah, we got you hold a pistol and shoot it in the air or something, right?
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm about to get ready to close out. It's already about that time, and we already passed an hour in. But Ruthless Truth, thank you, man, for tuning in.
Yeah.
Stan, man, good to see you again, man.
Hey, real quick, let me ask one question. I know you got to wrap up.
Yeah.
So Ruthless and Stan, who do y'all think is worse, like a drug dealer in the streets or one of those pharmaceutical guys that, you know, flooded the United States with
opiates?
Yeah.
It's the pharmaceutical guys, hands down.
I say they're equal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a pharmaceutical guy because the guy in the street, let's be honest here, he can't move that much product. It's not the 80s anymore.
No. They're equal. They're equal.
No. There's no equal to that. The pharmaceutical, because you know, pharmaceutical medication and all this other drug stuff kills more people than the dude out on the streets or whatever selling stuff.
So
people will mostly be on their guard up for the guy on the streets versus the pharmaceutical companies.
No. What I'm saying is they're equal because they're pushing.
We need to do a whole live on this.
They're pushing out the same product, right? Feel me? So we got the pharmaceutical guy who's got a license to sell drugs, and then we got the drug dealer who doesn't have a license to sell drugs, right? Both of them selling drugs. So I'm saying that's it. One's illegal, one's doing it illegally, one's doing it legally. That's the only difference.
I mean, they're both equally bad, but what I'm saying is like, you know, the effect of it is more worse when you're doing things that is legal versus people who's already on guard because they know you're doing something illegal. And you have more of a chance of being thrown in jail, you know, and dropping the soap with a guy named, you know, whatever. Larry.
Ruthless, real quick, let me ask you something. Do you think like maybe the deception that comes with the pharmaceutical guy is worse? Because like say the drug dealer, you know, you're going there for a drug, but if you're going to like the pharmaceutical, you're kind of thinking you're safe to a certain degree. So do you think that deception will make it worse?
No, because they tell you before they even prescribe you that, are you loaded down? This can be highly addictive. These could be this, that. They give you a whole spiel, and then they tape it onto the prescription that all the things that can happen wrong if you take this drug. So they get this disclosing you the information anyway, so they're not being deceived. They know that they potentially could get addicted to this because they're telling you that's the. I know when they gave me pain medicine, right? They asked me all the questions and they said, "Do you know that this could be highly addictive?" And I said, "Yes." But my shit was hurting. Give me that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to get that shit. So once again, they're the same thing, right? Only difference is one's legal, one's illegal, right? They both understand that they both drug dealers. One has been authorized by the federal government to do it. The other one has been authorized by the federal government to do it as well, but on a down low.
Okay.
All right.
We can break down free rate rate.
Yeah, we're gonna have to circle back to that one. That was an interesting topic.
Well, so what was your thoughts on that, Jerk? Like, what do you think?
Man, at first I always, because I think it was, who was it, Podcast Beans? I heard him talking about it, so I was like, damn, I never think about it that way. Where I think, man, honestly, when you look at the addiction rates, what happened from a holistic standpoint, the pharmaceutical, like just the impact it had, like definitely worse. Because I think there was a little bit of deception to it, where, you know, like I see what Ruthless is saying. They do mention some things of like you could get addictive, but they didn't, I think, disclose how addictive that stuff was.
Well, but that's unfair to say because everybody knew of not ignorant to opioids. This has been going around since the 60s, right? 70s, 80s, 90s. So everybody was very rare. Everybody's open to opioids. It's just that what is the best form of medication when it comes to high intense pain? Opioids. So what are you going to do, right, when you just got your leg chopped off in an accident and your body riddled up and, you know, the car flipped? You're going to give them Tylenol? You think you're going to take, you better not give me no opioids, boy, right? Don't take them opioids because you're trying to get out of that, you know, that pain ain't no joke. So
Well, how about 5 on it?
I'm just saying, the opioids are more effective in the most intense pain. See what I'm saying? Tylenol not gonna do nothing for you. You gotta take like 6 bottles. See what I'm saying? So opioids or cocaine, all that's more effective measure of getting rid of this or controlling the pain element. So can you say to the doctor who has a patient who just got out of a train wreck, the guy's gonna lose his arm and he broke 15 ribs, and right? You're gonna tell him, well, we're not gonna give you this opioids because you might get addicted. It's better for you. So we're just gonna give you Excedrin, EXE, right? Both of us gonna be suing you left and right. So you have to give them the best and most efficient way to deal with pain. And opioids is the most effective. So are you gonna dispute that? Are you gonna sue him because he gave you the most effective thing you needed at that time?
No, not that aspect. So I agree with you, but I'm just saying, say like if I think if somebody was like following the prescription and got addicted, I think that's the issue.
But the addiction can come from in time of need. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick.
No, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
I gotta read this shit again, right? So please be advised that the stuff that we was discussing is not political, clinical, definitely clinical, financial, medical, nor legal advice. Stuff we was just talking about was for information, entertainment purposes only, though, right? So,
yeah,
I know the big pharma is like a local gang as well too, though. So, I gotta just put that out there because I don't want the smoke from y'all, right? But anyway,
but I know you wanted to wrap. Yeah, I'd like to circle back on that. That's a good topic, though.
Yeah,
we can dig deep in that.
But sugar is definitely the strong version of cocaine. You know what I mean? A crack.
Shout out to Indigenous, man. He got me rolling with some of them comments.
Yeah. Homeopathic versus holistic. Don't forget cocaine. I said it. He said facts. Sugar costs the most of our, blah blah blah.
But the crazy part about it, right? It's we voted in for a certain product or a certain leaf to be legal, but now it's illegal to grow it. California, we make songs about it. I got 5 on it.
Yeah, I know that,
but you can't grow it at your house.
Why not? Maybe I want some money in my pocket.
It's illegal.
I never sold anything that was green.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, we voted so it could be legal, but we can't have it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, when we make
y'all hitting up that dispensary, they trying to get that tax out of that. Yeah. Commerce.
But the same thing when you look at, they did the same thing for tobacco. And another thing allegedly coming up the pipeline is cocaine, because allegedly one soda company is still using it as a formula for their sodas and their products, but it's not the active ingredient. All that to say, they're looking at that for medical use. So there's a couple illegal drugs are going into pharmaceuticals, and they're trying to make it, spin it around.
See, they even doing time release, right? On a lot of drugs now, so you can't really just make any money off it. But bottom line is, you can be addicted to any fucking thing. Alcohol, what you gonna do? What's going on? Let's talk about that. Alcohol is even way more highly addictive, just as highly addictive as any opioid or crack cocaine, anything, right? Or you get that right over the counter. All you need is an I motherfucking D. Are we gonna fight that? Are we gonna fight prohibition? I'm just saying, right? So anything can be addicting. So the only reason drug dealers are being persecuted, right, is because the government is double talking, right? They're funding a drug dealer. They're giving a drug dealer all these drugs, and then turning around and say drugs are bad. The same drugs that they sell over the counter, right? So that's the problem, right? That's where a conspiracy that that I guess please be advised thing comes in, right? So I'm just saying, you have don't let America fool you, right? Because weed was really bad when president, all of a sudden, America said, we're going to legalize this. Guess what? All good now.
We're gonna say that topic for another time, right? So that way, because I know we're pissed off YouTube, like data YouTube right now, but this was definitely a good topic and good subtopic.
Are there restrictions?
Oh man, YouTube be doing restrictions all the time. Like you gotta always be on your P's and Q's of everything.
I know they cut your stream short early the other day.
Yeah,
cut us off.
Yeah. They don't like us talking about money.
I was watching it, right? I was watching it, and I was listening to y'all. I was cleaning my house and stuff, and all of a sudden it got quiet. I'm like, damn! I thought M3 entered the stream. I come back and says violations, right? And I was oh shit! You think the niggas down?
Ruthless was like, hey, jerk up there cooking. I'm surprised Ruthless ain't come back and get some pushback.
Man, I'm just like y'all do the same thing. Y'all been doing that, for the balloons and stuff. Y'all been doing that for
we can do the balloons. This is certain channels, man. Yeah, don't shut you down quick. It's like them and Jubilee.
It's other content creators.
Yeah.
I feel like this though, right? You're better off by streaming like black content creators because they appreciate. Well, maybe except for Kendra G, but nobody will worry about her, right? But a lot of black folks, they don't really mind you guys streaming the content because it knows like word of mouth and press will actually deliver other people to subscribe to their channels. Yeah. Like if other people wasn't reacting to Kendra G shows and all that, like Ocean Do Jackson and all that, I wouldn't even be watching that and doing reactions from her stuff. Right. So I get it. Like Jubilee and the other whatever show it was called, that's like catered for a certain type of audience and demographic, and their mindset is different. They feel like if people are reacting to their channels and they're stealing viewership away from them, and I get that part. If you're only reacting to their channel, you're going from beginning to end. Well, we kind of, but we at a certain point we was pausing and giving our commentary. They still don't care about that, so they ain't gotta worry about us promoting this stuff.
Okay.
It suck anyway. But yeah.
So that was a YouTube. The content creators was, I guess, upset at you because I guess they thought
it's basically they got an automatic copywritten, right? So it's basically the automated system for if you're streaming the content for a certain period of time, their bot's gonna come get you and they will pretty much delete your video and give you a strike for that. And you probably have to reach out to them and be like, hey man, I was just only doing it to promote your stuff and to do a reaction. And if they're okay, they might release the copyright strike, but a lot of times it's not even worth having going through that hassle because they did that to Auburn Preach. But that was through their automated system. Now they release all the copyrights because that would have shut the channel down if you're getting maybe 3 or more copyrights. Yeah, if you get 3 or more copyrights, even if it's for one day, the channel's gone forever.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hey.
People don't play around, and ever since then, they stop reacting to those type of shows. Salutes to Quantum. Great Pill says that's cap. Black YouTubers does strike and restriction, but not the majority. But the majority of them, they really compared to we won't go there. Compared to the white counterparts, most of the blacks don't really issue those copyright strikes except for whatever Fresh or Fit. They're white themselves too or whatever because they want to be mostly migrant, but not a lot of black content creators issue those strikes compared to our white counterparts.
The white people, they know all the motherfucking loopholes.
Yeah, they do. How do I get my stuff automatic copy written then if that's the case? But I don't need to strike y'all, man. You know what I mean? I want y'all to react to my content.
there's no point in that. I mean, I don't see the point. I mean, that's the only way that I would make it if you're making money off my shit and I wasn't.
We got Great Pill in the building. He could explain more to us. What up, Great Pill? What up, Great Pill?
Great Pill, you on mute.
He might have got pulled. Sometimes he be in and out. You know, he be moving. Great Pill be in, out and about.
Yeah, the hotline kicking in, huh?
But yeah, we could go ahead and start shutting down. I know we got to get a.
Okay. Oh, Great Pill? I think he's right.
Yeah, he sound like RoboCop. He's done.
In the back chat, he said like 1 moment.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give Greg one more because if you have some information that you can kind of share to the audience, that would be helpful. Otherwise, you could tell us like a little bit in the back chat.
Because I was literally had y'all show on, okay, because I knew what y'all do, and then all of a sudden, silence. Silence.
Yeah, pull the cord, man.
Hello?
I thought.
Okay, wait. Great, you said something?
Mic check. Did I freeze?
No, you good now. We can hear you.
Yeah, mic check. Can you hear me?
Yep.
No, I was just disagreeing with the comment you're saying because I didn't like every time I hear stuff like that, I'm like, dag, another racial issue again. Now, if you would have the argument of YouTube is pretty much a Jewish channel app, and they pretty much do more restrictions on Black content creators than anything else, then yeah, I can give you that. But if we're saying individual content creators overlapping one race for the other, I would disagree with that because I've seen Black YouTubers strike other Black YouTubers for all multiple reasons, and it's like the reason you said earlier. There's like other reasons for like other content channels being restricted. Like Jubilee was one that Dirk said because I used to live stream Jubilee all the time, but then I'll see bigger content creators happen to be Black, like Amala, MTR. I think I can't remember. Album Preach was one of for like years, and all of them gave eyeballs to Jubilee, but they never did anything until for one personal reason. Either according to them, they said a teammate that works for Jubilee actually restrict them, so that was like a personal decision. It wasn't a bot. I caught something, so therefore y'all got in trouble. So that was something between them two. So it's multiple reasons. So when people hear that, they got to think like, what's the reason for it? But usually you won't know unless you're actually there behind the scenes. Like the reason you had before, only you guys know because it's what's emailed and sent to you. Even though you know directly, you're not going to get a direct answer from Team YouTube because that's generally a general normal thing all the time too. What I hear a lot. Yeah. So everybody's pretty much guess until it actually happens to you, and then you have to pretty much fight the force.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
But to like elaborate, right? So, but a lot of times, right, when it comes to like the structure of things, like getting like knowing how to get your stuff copywritten or having certain structure where somebody stream your content. I mean, Kevin Sims, to be fair, did copyright strikes if people are misusing his content without his permission. But it's just the majority. And I'm not putting like
he literally had it on his border all the time. Like if he's
but I just want to make it clear that I'm not my message is not saying like white people are striking Black content creators like a Black versus white type of thing. But what I'm saying is like structurally, most of the time when you're like reacting to like a channel that is predominantly owned by white folks, some of the things you gotta kind of like be wary of because most of them, like maybe Fat TV and other content creators that's bigger, they usually know the ins and outs to kind of get this stuff copywritten versus certain other content creators who happen to be Black. In comparison to them, I don't really have like those type of issues.
I agree with that, but again, with that situation, I would still say it's case by case. Business. And when case by case, because there's people that did content on Black TV because Vlad TV is known as the quote unquote culture vulture over time went on. So because of that, and then if the selected people that's talked about Vlad TV, then Vlad TV will actually go and strike and copyright their channels too. That's actually mentioned about too. Now we'll flip another side, talk about the black creator, Flacco TV. He literally started out his content of striking and doxing people. That's literally how his come ups until he got his shot with No Jumper. And then one content creator that just happened to be white. Again, I'm just now making it a racial thing, like comparing the sides. So Point and Shoot happened to be white, actually did nothing but content on Flacco and the No Jumper content because that's his niche. No Jumper didn't really care because his content, like, hey, he loved the controversy. He doesn't care. He's in the middle of the mess and shits and giggles all the time. So the more eyeballs, the more views. As far as Puerto Flacco, like the shitness circus and the grimy, dirty parts of YouTube, black or white, now they take it personal because now Flacco's dirt is coming up in the surface of the light, either the susness of him or his doxing or whatever. Point Shoot bring it all to light. So now it's like, okay, I got to get rid of this guy. And that just happened like a month ago where he got LLCs and all that stuff. You know how that goes. So it's like now he got to, okay, he's doxing me to try to get my personal information, to get my full name, to try to put it out there and open. So now let me talk about it. So you have people like do things like that. So it's generally a case by case. If you see nothing more just for one particular race, then yeah, you're going to assume that, and that might be fine because that's your reality. But overall, like, just look at it, try to look at it as case by case and see where you take it from there.
No, I get you though. But no, I appreciate you for like come up to share that information so people could actually like fully know like the ins and outs of certain things, especially when it comes like to this YouTube space, because I ain't gonna lie, it could be very confusing trying to stay up to code with everything.
Yeah, everybody's different, man. Like me, I have like a knowledge and grandpa. We have a relationship, so like I don't care. I came up like of the I don't care, long as if you're gonna react, whatever, quote unquote, get the credit and everything else. That's pretty much supposed to be the normal thing. Who was it? Fatty. Like I throw Fatty up there for example. Like he did a reaction, or because he felt like at one moment he hopped on. I forgot that black/Italian New Yorker chick that had an issue with Belita Turner. She was the one that said an N-word, and that was like a whole thing back in the day. But he didn't know of her lore, her history, right? So he went on there thinking like, hey, I'm gonna be Fatty, go on there, have a show, have a conversation, and then dip, and I'm gonna react to it because I disagree. And then next thing you know, she caught a wind of it. It's like, okay. Then he came back, dropped a $5 super chat, and she caught him out like, look, you're going to give me at least half or whatever you earn from that because I know how much you make. Give me this. If not, then I'm going to strike. Yeah, so give me this and strike the channel. So again, that's a personal thing. Now, if Fatty, I don't know if Fatty has it or not, but if he had like an LLC, whatever, and he just like on that I don't give a fuck thing, and then she did strike his channel, he could just sit there just like, okay, YouTube, you struck it. Here's my LLC. I did everything fair use. Blah blah blah, and then his channel would have came back, and then he could reverse the strike on her. But all that would have taken like a time limit. But the fact that he was making money, again, I'm speculating on this one. It could have been he making money, he getting his revenue, he's building up from there. It's like, you know what? It's not a headache. Let me just go ahead and just get rid of the channel, get my reverse my strikes. I'm good to go.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I gotta probably take this phone call anyways, but again, hey, thank you everybody for your support. Make sure you guys please get the likes up. I can't remember her name, but remember going back about 4 years almost. Say less, Marcus. I already know who you're talking about. And I'm still a survivor. Okay.
It was the Puerto Rican chick, right?
Yeah.
Forgot her name, man.
On the block again.
Oh my God.
There you go.
I mean, shout out to her though. Like,
always that one.
Yeah, like on the block with Jen was black and Latino, something like that. She's definitely Latino, but it was an interesting podcast because we was talking about hashtag coffee dates. And man, the whole show just flipped out, man, because she was not bending the knee on allowing any type of dude to take out on any coffee dates, not the first date, not the second or third. And I get it, maybe some people are not into coffee like that, but she says definitely not a first date to take out the coffee. I think she said Jamba Juice would have been okay. So I still rock with her on that part, but no, coffee dates was definitely not it.
That's what block Jim from the block, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
You have to like when you go to our YouTube channel, Knowledge Relationships, just type in like
bottom line, that shit crazy, bro. That's the whole more of that story. He talking about all that extra crying. She just crazy. She got issues.
I'm not speaking bad on her. Hey, you know,
I am.
It was always respectful.
Yeah, I've seen her a couple times. I'm with Gray Pill. She was crazy as hell. You go where the goddamn. If you want to kick it with me, we go in wherever we want. Damn it, you ain't making no demands over here.
Right. She went and got triggered for saying men taking way more coffee dates and start live streams talking about this issue on the channel. Oh yeah, that became an all-out war like with other content creators because then people start trolling over this coffee date situation. And honestly, this is the funny part, right? Hopefully maybe one day she's listening to this because I'm gonna laugh at these stories. The first time this was the second time when she flipped out on this. The first time it was actually we was interviewing someone else, right? When we used to do these live interviews with someone. And although she goes by a different name because now she's like full-blown Christian, right? I can't remember her name, man, but she was a very elegant woman. She was anti-coffee date. And it was cool, but On the Block with Jen just came out of nowhere. She was up in the chat. Then she came to a panel and she just took over the whole show, right? Like just ranting about coffee dates, which was hella funny to me, in my opinion.
Her ass. Y'all lucky I wasn't part of the.
So long ago, bro. So long ago. Like, it's crazy.
He said, "We are like light skins united for Fortron." Man, no, man, it was a light skin. It was a light on light crime. I put it like that, right? Because
is she from the Bronx too?
Yeah, she's up in there.
Yeah, I'll be damned if I let a Bronx chick dictate where we going.
But you know, right now there's a viral video of a woman who's mad that the guy took her on a coffee date, Starbucks instead of Safeway. But like right now, the women are complaining to her, like, "Yo, you should be grateful that he took you somewhere for." I guess the ties.
That's the internet, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't even be engaging with dumb crowd, like, because that's the internet. You take like one moment with one person, and that's supposed to speak for everybody else. That doesn't speak for me. That doesn't speak for the people I know or friends in my corner. And even if I got one friend that does dumb crap like that, I got a cousin, like he good, but by all the free stuff. Once he get free stuff, he good. He happy. He feel like he winning, and that's fine. If you feel like if you like it, I love it. But that ain't me. And that's the problem.
Take you anywhere. They don't owe you anything.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you offering, bro, who am I to say no to? Hey, Great Pill, I got you. For real? I'm lighting up. Okay, cool. When and where? I'm not complaining.
Gratitude and appreciation. You got to find that clip, M3. You might need to review your own shit. We'll just have a whole live on that.
Yeah, we'll pick a day, right, where we could just have like some fun. Oh, actually, we could just say that for the Talks of Tuesday.
We got to go into
that. This. I did get her to say yes though to the coffee date.
Well, Stan, you're a charmer though, right? For whatever reason, like Latinos, like I don't know, they're nice to you.
I just do my accents because I'm blending to America.
It just ain't gonna be in Guantanamo Bay talk about like, hey, I didn't know. Help.
And it's like one of like the sweetest guys up in his platform. He tried to be tough or whatever, but you're like one of like the nicest guys, Stan. So that's why women fell for you, because you're a nice guy. You're a nice gentleman.
I'm Haitian.
It stands for the streets.
Be careful. I'm Haitian.
Don't let the streets fool you, though. After she found guys, she found coffee dates. Found coffee dates, die Lord. All right, look, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We'll definitely save this for maybe like the next Talks of Tuesday lineup. And look, people in the chat, if y'all have any other videos or clips or whatever y'all want to send me, or just say, hey Mario, right? You know, just type in this one under your channel. Go to this segment right here. We want to react to that. We'll do that and have some good laughs. But other than that, you guys take care. God bless. And hell, I don't know what I should say. Stay Christian up. So yeah, it is a Christian nation. So that's all I can say. But anyways, see you later, guys.
Bye.
All right. Hold on.
Jesus Christ, you're slow.
Yeah, hold on.
Professional.
Yeah, no. There's always some technical issues. Anyway, sorry, y'all. Whatever, Greco.
Knowledge and relationships.